Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Ember Nows with A Nows Open Lock Diary. And yeah, do not mind this towel on my head. I am conditioning my hair and getting ready to, lock it. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about the steps that I have taken to get ready to do this. And maybe you can pick up some tips and think about some things that you can do. So yeah, stay tuned.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, y'all, let's get started. I have a lot that I want to talk about, and look, it's my hopes that I can make it through this video without stopping and having to restart and cut because it's quite lengthy. But we're gonna do this, and yes, I have notes with me to kind of keep me on track. So if you see me looking down and reading, that's what I got going on, because there's some points I want to make and not forget to say them. But first on the list, research. Okay, so yes, if you had asked me a year ago about locks and how to start locks, I would have thought, there's nothing to it or even that much stuff to consider. But in hindsight, and getting ready to start my locks, it's just kind of one of those things. You don't know what you don't know until you get into it and then kind of start digging into stuff. And then you kind of realize that there's quite a bit of stuff to consider. That's if you're trying to consider stuff, in my opinion. So definitely, I've watched, a ton of YouTube videos. So whether it's like watching a ton of YouTube videos or, talking to people, I feel that the most important thing is just to, be informed and educated about, what you're deciding to do so that you're successful in getting what you want in regards to your hair. So yes, being, equipped with information, I feel like it saves time. It's going to save heartache, at least from what I've seen, with making mistakes that can be, challenging to reverse when it comes to locks, or may even cost the health of your locks. And so, I started digging in, and I just wanted to, mention that I've seen things like, the same products that we might use on our hair as a loose natural are not the same type of products that we want to use on our hair when it's locked, because it can contribute to buildup and potentially compromise the lock structure. And then maybe we're, detoxing earlier or more than we should. So yeah, the word products, I'm seeing that, products, especially things that have a ton of ingredients, can be a big problem with buildup, more or less. So being careful about that. Things like understanding that we've got to have a proper moisture routine, and that this even changes with hair color, or you even have to really have a really good routine. Knowing that water adds moisture to our locks, and that oil, you know, can lock that moisture in, not the other way around, or just using either or. Matter of fact, I was like on YouTube this morning and I seen some more information that was like, I'm done with oils, not using oils. And I'm like, wait, what? Wait. I thought, you know, we're supposed to do the water and then, you know, for the moisture, and then, you know, put the oil on our hair and it locks in the moisture. And in this context, it was, you know, saying that oil was like acting as a barrier to the water, you know, getting on your hair. And I'm like, oh, man, okay. So, you know, I'm thinking about the water and then locking the moisture in, but then they're saying that, you know, the oil can lock out the moisture from the water. And I'm like, huh, you know, what's a girl to do? So all I can say is I'm starting to understand that word journey with this, and I'm just, you know, gonna have to rock and roll with what works for my hair, and just kind of a trial and error type thing. Hopefully not too many errors, right? But you know, I felt like water and oil has worked for my hair, so we'll see as, you know, my twist mature into locks. But yes, what else? The risk associated with retwisting too soon, and thinning out your locks, you know, styling starter locks too early, or styling, you know, our locks too often. There's things to consider there. Maybe we want, you know, uniform locks. And how, you know, having your locks twisted in different directions, you know, whether you're twisting it or you go to somebody or you switch it up and you go to a different person and people are twisting in the opposite direction, that can actually, you know, result in lumpy locks. Now, if that's the look you want, that's perfectly fine. But if it's not, then okay, you know, it's a problem. So yeah, what direction our hair is twisted in and how consistent we are about twisting in the same direction. Things like minimizing lint buildup. So yes, keeping our hair covered, you know, the use of certain items that might put lint in our hair, like the drying towels, wow, right? You know, got to be careful, especially if it's a new towel. Certain types of clothes that, you know, might cause buildup of lint in our hair. I didn't even think about, you know, this type of stuff, right? So yeah, knowing that water is our friend, and, you know, getting past the antiquated thoughts and actions or inactions of not, you know, washing our hair often, or you know, trying to oh goodness, you know, minimize the washing process, when in all actuality our hair is going to lock regardless of how many times we wash it, or, you know, how many products we use. And so just knowing that, you know, water is not the enemy, right? What else? There is just a lot of stuff out there. There are a lot of people out there, you know, who have had their own experiences. They've been there, they've done that, they've documented it, they've shared their experiences with others, us, raising my hand, with the things that have occurred, you know, in their journeys, in their processes. And so, you know, just trying to help folks out. I say just soak it up. Soak it all up. That's what I've done. And just kind of go from there. So yes, information is power, right? All right, so let's get into the next phase thing. Let's talk about, oh goodness, products. Let me see here. Products and materials. So I got my stuff lined up here for y'all. First thing in my arsenal, distilled water. So why distilled water? You're like, what? Distilled water? What's going on there? Well, from what I have read, according to Wikipedia, let's start with the definition of distilled water. So, distilled water is water that has been boiled into vapor and condensed back into liquid in a separate container. Okay, so impurities in the original water that do not boil below or near the boiling point of water remain in the original container. So, yeah, we're leaving behind impurities, right? So part of the reason I'm using it is because, well, yeah, okay, it seems really popular. That in conjunction with like rose water. But you know, that's not always a good reason to do stuff just because everybody else is doing it. But when it comes down to it, I think for me, it just has to do with minimizing possible mineral deposits in my hair. And minimizing buildup. So, you know, yes, my goal is cultivating healthy hair for myself. And so basically when you talk about distilled water is devoid of minerals, right? Now I'm not gonna sit here and say obviously I gotta wash my hair, right? You know, my washing routine is not going to be devoid of minerals, right, in the water. But just knowing that with water, especially whether it's bottled water or tap water, whatever the case may be, it has minerals in it, right? It has things like calcium and magnesium and potassium, you know, to minimize things like nutrient deficiencies. And then also it helps with the flavor of water. So, you know, if you ever heard people have said, you know, distilled water tastes flat. Well, yeah, it doesn't have any minerals in it. But yes, you know, when I think about it, you know, maybe we've heard the term hard water. Well, what's the definition of hard water? Hard water is water with a high mineral content, okay? So, you know, after doing a little reading on that, when you have a lot of mineral content in water, it can lead to scale buildup in pipelines, film and scale, you know, on ceramic tiles and fixtures. It said things like spots on glasses and dishes cleaned in the dishwasher, or less suds production, you know, when we're in the shower or washing clothes. So with all that being said, maybe this is a case in point. So like people who use a CPAP, also known as a continuous airway pressure machine, to help them with breathing at night, they recommend distilled water because the mineral residue over time can negatively impact the function of the machine. So with all that being said, that was enough for me to be like, yes, to distilled water. Not, you know, that's just where I'm at. We'll see. but yes, steamers. That is on my list. It's currently in my Amazon cart. I haven't purchased it yet. But steamers, they can be really helpful for, you know, increasing the moisture levels of your hair because, yes, we know water adds moisture, but steam goes a little bit further and it lifts the cuticle of our hair and helps that moisture get in there a little bit better. So that is on my list. Also, next thing, new shower head. Okay, so can you see this? Let me bring this out. Yes, thank you, Mommy, for fulfilling my Christmas list wish. So I realized that my sink method that I've used as a loose natural might not work as well as for me or for me with my hair being locked. I realized that I really needed a detachable sprayer that I could maybe stand in the shower and really get to my hair the way I needed to, as effectively and efficiently is needed for something like locks and with your hair being compact. And so yeah, with the sink method that has worked, you're washing, from back to front, but not necessarily all angles or front to back. And so I felt like I needed to, change my routine a little bit going into cultivating locks so I could make sure, my hair is getting clean. All right, so something else in my arsenal. I've seen a lot about Dr. Locks. Okay, so yeah, I went on the website, and this is a pre-cleanse solution, and basically it has who would have guessed? Look at this. Can we read this? Hold on, trying to see. Ingredients right there. Oh, distilled water. One of the first ingredients. Distilled water, witch hazel, sea salt, apple cider vinegar, jojoba oil, tea tree oil, eucalyptus oil, eucalyptus oil, vitamin E, and oh gosh, y'all, I should have practiced saying these words, but a germabin too. Anyway, so yes, pre-cleanse. I didn't know anything about this or thought anything about it. That's why, like I said, this YouTube school thing for the last year has got me up on some stuff. But I don't think a lot of people know about it. But basically, it's you do it before you shampoo your hair, and it assists with removing any buildup in your locks. So maybe, if we're someone who has scalp conditions, or we're prone to dandruff, or we're someone who's using oils and creams and products in our hair, it helps kind of break down that stuff before we shampoo. Okay. So basically breaking it down into smaller particles. So I'm excited about that one. Shampoos. So yes, I also got the Dr. Locks shampoo. This is Dr. Locks Sweet Peppermint Clarifying Shampoo. So yes, clarifying is extremely important, right? It helps really clean the hair, the scalp, just kind of strip away all of that stuff that may have built up on our hair. So oh yeah, I really had just opened it this morning. Y'all, look, I am still trying to learn this technology thing. But anyway, I had to mute this part of my video because music was playing. But basically, I was just saying that I am going to be using the Dr. Locks Clarifying Shampoo to make sure that I get all of the buildup out of my hair. And then I'm going to go back through and use my favorite shampoo, which is a moisturizing shampoo, the Shea Moisture Intensive Hydration Shampoo. So yes, love it. And I was like, I am not leaving this behind. So yeah, I'm gonna take it with me as I go on my life journey. All right, so what else do I have? Some other things that I have picked up on. A scalp massager. Okay, the bristles are really firm, but basically, yeah, when I get ready to wash my hair, this will just kind of get to my scalp better than probably my fingers would, and then it'll help with stimulating blood flow to the scalp. What else? Yes, lint-free towel. So we were just talking about lint. And I got this towel off of Amazon. It's a towel by Gildan Tree. And it's a waffle material. But yes, super absorbent, quick drying, as it's been described. I haven't used it yet, but it looks good, right? remains to be seen. But yes, what appealed to me about that is that, no lint buildup or lint left in your hair when you're drying your hair. So, I probably didn't have to buy a towel. I probably could just use an old towel. But how it is when you do new stuff. Want to do new things. But just be mindful about that type stuff. And so, yeah, what else do I have here? So it says Lux Therapy, but it is a scalp soother. So yes, we've all, or we will experience itching. And so this can, curve to your head. Like you can see I can get it right in there now. But it just helps with itching, okay? I've seen where they say, we want to be careful about using our nails and scratching because we can have little tears in our nails and then we, can pull at our hair or snap it. So I was like, okay, well, I can get this little thing. And I think this is going to be really helpful because I think about when I have braids and stuff and how sometimes your head itches and, it's really hard to really get to those spots that, you want to or need to. I feel like this will get anywhere and everywhere I need it to get to. So, yes, I have that. Let's see here. Dr. Locks brush. So, yes, who would have thought that brushing your locks was a thing or even important? I was like, brushing your locks, like, so back to the lint thing. I mean, lint is crazy. Or maybe I'm just crazy over trying to minimize lint. But yes, it basically it's important to brush your locks to remove lint from it. And so this is not something that I'm gonna use in the beginning with my locks. It's meant for mature locks, so I have it, ready when my locks mature. So yeah, when we're in the baby lock phase, we're not using that yet. But yes, some other simple things. I mean, clips. Okay, I don't really feel like I'm gonna be using a lot of clips because I have quite a bit of hair. I think more so if I use these clips, it's gonna be around the front of my hair, so I can get a good retwist. My hair around the front tends to be a little bit softer, a little less dense, really prone to unraveling. So I'm more than likely gonna have to put them in the front to kind of get that hair to stay together, and then when I dry it, it'll lock it in place. So this is called a flaresol. So yes, it's not your average type of mister. It actually creates an ultrafine mist and somewhat continuous flow. And so I don't know if I can demonstrate this. But yes, let me see. Move on my stuff. But let's see here. Yeah, so that's nice. Where you're just not like drenching your hair or anything, and you get it where you need it to go. That's pretty awesome. So I got that because part of my moisture routine is going to be misting my hair daily, as I heard is best. So I have that. I got that off of Amazon. What else do I have here? Aloe vera gel. Okay, this is off Amazon as well. That's what I'm going to use as far as the product for my hair and to twist my locks. Matter of fact, it says it's 98.7% with organic ingredients. The ingredients include organic, basically aloe, agar. Agar, I believe, is a thickening agent that comes from red seaweed. And then it has like citric acid, ascorbic acid, potassium sorbate. Those are all preservatives. So this is the product that I'm going to use on my hair, and I found that my twist liked it, so I'm going to stick with it. Also, jojoba oil. That is what I actually have in here is jojoba oil. Jojoba oil. There are so many different oils out there that we can use, but I've chosen jojoba oil because from what I read, it's closest to our natural oil that we produce. And so, yeah, that just kind of really appealed to me. And like I said, I'm trying to be, I guess, a minimalist with everything as much as possible or as close to natural as possible. So that's basically why I chose it. There are tons of other options like olive oil or sweet almond oil or avocado oils and stuff. To each his own though, but that's what I'm going to stick with. And then also in my arsenal, a few essential oils. So I have lavender, peppermint, and tea tree oil. So I did not really just choose these for any big reason other just than scent. Okay, especially with the lavender and the peppermint. But basically essential oils, they're basically the oils extracted from plants. Okay. And that oil captures the scent, the flavor, the essence of that plant. And of course, there's certain, health benefits that are associated with essential oils. People use it for aromatherapy. But what I will say, from the little that I do know, lavender oil has always been great for stress relief. Peppermint helps with digestion and apparently boosting energy. But if I bought any of these essential oils for a therapeutic effect, it would have been this tea tree oil. I got this off of Amazon as well. And I it seems to be really popular. And I think the biggest reason why is because it has antiseptic qualities. And so, yeah, antiseptic qualities help with fighting infections, and I feel like it'd just be really good just for good scalp care. So that's kind of why I chose that. Luckily, I don't have any scalp conditions or issues or problems and stuff, so that's great for me. I know it's not the case for everyone. But yes, I think one of the biggest thing too with essential oils is they have to be diluted. You cannot use them directly in their natural form anywhere on your body, skin, hair, nowhere. Otherwise, you're gonna have some issues with skin irritations and reactions. So essential oils have to be diluted. They can be diluted with water, or they can be diluted with carrier oils. And so, like I said, the jojoba oil that I have, that's what I'm gonna dilute it with, along with water. That's what's in this bottle is distilled water, jojoba oil, and then some drops of some peppermint right now. But yeah, your carrier oils are things like olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, sweet almond oil. There's quite a few out there, but you have to dilute it, okay? And most of these will tell you, how to dilute it, how many drops to use if you're using it, around the house, or if you're using it on your hair or your skin or aromatherapy, okay? So yes, what else? Oh, I just sprayed stuff on my mirror, but yes, a nice big mirror. I had a mirror, but it was all broken and cracked up, so I bought that. But I need to be able to see to do my initial parts. So yeah, big mirror, good combs. I think the biggest is this one right here in regards to really, getting my initial parts together. So have that, and then also my husband. Okay, I got him on retainer. So I've been twisting my hair forever. I just feel like I'm gonna be a little more anal, with my parts. Seeing as there's a somewhat sense of permanence with this, and making sure I get my lock to part ratio and all of that stuff together. So I'm gonna have him helping me just in case I'm struggling. So yes, he's in my arsenal. Also having a dryer, okay, that's important. Typically I've not dried my hair after twisting it, because usually my hair is pretty much dry, but I don't know, I guess that's something that's going to change as my twists, mature into locks. But yes, drying our hair, it kind of helps with minimizing smells and things like mold, instances of having flat locks. Now, if you want flat locks, that's perfectly fine. But, if you're not desiring flat locks, and you want that traditional look with your locks, then, going to bed, wet hair will definitely, from what I see, result in flat locks. So, so yes, have a dryer on hand. Satin bonnets. So I've had satin bonnets all my life, but I got these from Dr. Locks too. They're pretty long. I guess I'm just like, one day I'm gonna have long locks. But yes, it's satin on the inside and the outside. And yes, we got to put stuff on our head, especially at night. So, it helps with, if we didn't already know, helping us maintain our hairstyle, protecting our locks from lint buildup, minimizing the friction and the damage that can happen, from sleeping on cotton sheets, and then the drying out effect that can happen too, because that cotton, if we're sleeping on cotton sheets, it's gonna pull every bit of moisture that might be in our hair. So we want to minimize that. And so yeah, just that simple with the bonnets. But yeah, I think I made it through this process. Wait, did I mention a good haircut? Yes, get a good haircut. Messed up too bad. It's my second video. So yes, I don't think I left anything major out. If I did, look, put it in the comments for me. Look, I'm learning too. So let me know. And yes, if you watch this video for the first time, look, go ahead, hit like, share it, subscribe. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Bye.